Hey guys, how you doing? My name, for those of you who don't know, is Brian Lowers, and I am on here today because I wanted to share a little bit of my story, how I got here, where I came from, and a little bit about what I learned and what I can hope to do to help people with what I've learned, right? Because I believe that when we go through things in our life, when especially the bad things, the hard times, the thorns in the flesh, and we come out the other side, I truly believe that in my situation, God wants to use me and other people that have gone through similar things to help others get through those things, right? That's just what He does. You know, He uses, we are His vessels, and it's our duty to help others where we can. And what better person to help somebody else through something is somebody who's been through that thing themselves. Sorry, I almost got myself tongue-tied there. So I'm driving right now. I'm actually going to pick up I'm going to drop back off a pair of fake shoes that I bought yesterday for $50. She's not too happy about it. She didn't know they were fake, doesn't know anything about shoes, but I let her know they were fake, and I needed to return them because I'm in the business of making money, and selling fake shoes is not the way to go about doing that. So a little quick story about who I am. I was born in Metro Detroit area. I grew up in a great family. I was one of 4 kids. I was the oldest. I was, I guess you could say, the black sheep. That's kind of what I named myself. I was a tough kid. I'm sure I was. If you ask my parents, they'll agree with you, and my siblings as well. Man, I just never really could seem to be good and stay good for a while. Whether that was whether I needed attention or I liked any kind of attention, negative, positive, it doesn't matter. What matters now is I'm okay today. My parents know that I love them and that I know that they did the best that they could, and honestly, I wouldn't trade where I am today for anything. What I've learned through this life journey, most people I don't think get to experience some of that stuff, and those that do don't always get to come out the other side. We lose people daily, every minute. Somebody dies from a drug overdose, suicide, drinking and driving. Just so many things out there that can end your life if you stay in them too long. And I'm blessed. I'm one of the lucky ones that got to come out the other side. And, I really want to share the things that I learned along the way that have allowed me to get through it, and live my life. I currently own my own business. It's nothing huge, nothing major, but I do work for myself. I found that it fits best with my personality and what my goals are, and I'm happy doing it, right? You got to find something that makes you happy. I don't want to wake up every day at 7, 8 a.m. and get ready to go to a job that I hate, and I don't want to do it for 30 years. I'd rather be poor. I'd rather be poor. I don't want to do it. I know that for my mental health and sanity and for everybody around me, I need to do something that I enjoy doing most of the time. You aren't always going to enjoy it. I don't enjoy what I'm doing right now, driving 35, 40 minutes to return a pair of shoes that I bought that I was going to make some money on. Now I'm technically losing money, I'm using up my time today to go return these. But anyway, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole. It's kind of my thing. I'm not really a big make a video kind of guy, but I do realize that if I really want to help people, I do need to make more of these videos. I have to stop caring what other people think about me so much. I need to be vulnerable. I need to talk about the things that I've been through and what helps me get through them. And, there is no secret answer either to, if you're going through this, do this. Sometimes you just have to endure the thing and go through it, and whatever you get out of it is what you learned. You know what I mean? Like at the end of it, all right, maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't, but you endured it and you got through it, and it's an experience that you can share with somebody else who might be going through the same thing or something similar, and it gives them hope, right? Because sometimes that's all we have is just a hope that this thing that I'm in, whether it's a death in the family, it's some sort of loss, some sort of, something that's hard to go through, that'll get them through, right? So it's just hope, right? And so many times in my life, I felt like I was in that moment where I didn't have any hope, but I was able to endure. Because honestly, guys, you don't have a choice. You have to endure. You have to. You know what I mean? Like, you don't end your life. You don't do that. It's not your choice. Okay? It's selfish. Alright? And if you were able to live after you took your life, it would be the biggest regret of your life. It would. Your life will never, ever mean nothing. It won't. Okay, you'll endure that thing that you feel like you just can't endure for one more second. You can get through that thing. And you will. You just will. Time always passes, You're having a bad day. Guess what? That day is going to end. And tomorrow's another day. You hear people say it all the time. One day at a time. One day at a time. Yeah, it's corny. And everybody says it. And it's annoying sometimes. But it's really, really true. And I think that we complicate things so much that we're all looking for this thing that's gonna save us, right? Nothing's gonna save you. You're not gonna acquire something or some skill or some relationship. You're not gonna acquire something that's gonna save you, right? There might be something that you acquire that gives you temporary relief, physical, emotional, whatever relief you're seeking. It might give you a little bit of relief, but it's not going to solve it, right? So you have to endure the thing. You can try and make yourself more comfortable, but that'll get you into trouble too, because going through something hard, a lot of people turn to substances to numb the pain, to fill the void, right? I feel like as human beings, we're always chasing something. You ever notice that? You ever slow down and just like look back in hindsight and say, wow, it's like I was always chasing something. I don't even know what I was chasing, because I'm never going to find it. Whatever you're chasing, it's not going to make you happy, guys. The happiness is to come from within, and that comes from a peace of waking up every day and treating people well, and just doing your best, surrounding yourself with people that really truly love you, getting rid of the ones that don't, and being able to know the difference between the two, right? So I think a lot of it is just self-awareness, and really being able to think about what it is you're thinking about, right? Because you're always thinking. Your brain's always going a million miles a minute, some faster than others. Mine's really fast. It's always going, right? I've suffered from anxiety in all kinds of different forms over the years. Social anxiety, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that happens. It's a world that we live in that we've created, and it causes a lot of anxiety because there's just so much stimulation around us, and everybody's always doing this over here, and somebody's doing this over there, and you're doing this right here, but you're watching them do what they're doing, and you want to be doing what they're doing, and you know what I mean? Your whole life is just passing you by because you're just worried about all these things, and the anxiety is so overwhelming sometimes that you just shut down, and guess what? You didn't get a damn thing done. You just sat at home all day looking at what other people are doing, scrolling through your phone, watching videos, which is all fine in moderation, guys, but like, what is your motives behind it? Like, what's your perspective on what you're doing, right? Are you just trying to pass 10-15 minutes because you're waiting for your wife to finish cooking dinner? I mean, that's different than waking up and spending 3 hours on your phone scrolling and watching videos and this and that, and looking at other people's profiles and looking at what everybody else is doing and what everybody else has, and then comparing it to what you have. And like, that's just the textbook curse of social media, guys. But even social media could be used for good. It has a lot of good purposes. Some people will say that it ruined society, but I don't think it really did. It really just gave us opportunity, right? So this world that we live in, the United States of America, I mean, we're really lucky people. We have a lot of opportunity here. So many opportunities, you know what I mean? Like, look at me, for example, like 2 years ago, I was, a little over 2 years ago, I was on the brink of homelessness. My wife will attest to this, guys. And I'll spare you some of the details, but, I'm a drug addict. I'll always be a drug addict, all right? I'm recovered. I've been set free of that thing in me that that chases that drug and that substance. I've been set free, thank God. But that's where I was a few years ago, and all I really had in my name was my car and a few possessions. And I've been able to build this life that I have currently because of opportunity. Right? I utilized the opportunity around me. I surrounded myself with people that really loved me. I became vulnerable. My wife now was not my wife then. I married my best friend, and she has been one of the main reasons that I'm where I am today in this moment. If without her, I don't think I'd be here. Right? She opened my eyes to a lot of different things about myself that I needed to change. Because you can't always see the things that other people see, guys. You can't always see it, right? That thing that you do that you don't even really realize you do that is so negative, and it just brings you down, brings other people down. Like, you need somebody to call you out on that stuff, and she's been that for me. And through opportunities, I've been able to build a little business for myself, and going on. This is our second year, and this past year has been really good. We've really taken off, and really we've been going on that steady trajectory, right? Believe me, I've always liked to do this one right here, but now I've learned that this one is the way to go, right? It's a long game, right? Life is a long game. It's not the short game. It doesn't matter what you get done in 2 weeks. Like, you still got the rest of your life, man. You got to have a plan. You got to have a vision. You got to be able to see it, okay? You got to get excited about it, passionate about it. You got to work towards it. You got to just put the pieces together, right? You got to be able to see the step after the third step. You know what I mean? You got to be able to see all that stuff, and you got to execute, right? And we have all this opportunity around us to make money. I just want to digress for 1 second and touch on, I'm extremely, you'll notice as I make more videos that I'm very anxious with my speaking. Like, I will jump around to different things. That's the ADHD in me. I apologize if I'm hard to follow, but sorry, it is what it is. I'm still going to make videos and try and help people. You don't have to watch them. What was I saying? Oh, money. Yeah, so they say money doesn't buy happiness, right? And that's very true. It doesn't buy you happiness, but money provides you with security. And I think that is a big part of where your inner peace can come from, is security. People that don't feel secure are always anxious. And when you're anxious, you sometimes make bad decisions, right? You make impulsive decisions. And we can get caught up in some crazy schemes and make some bad decisions, and before you know it, you're in an even worse place than you were before all this started. So, get rid of that, like, money doesn't buy happiness thing out of your brain, and stop using that as an excuse to not make any. Guys, come on. Everybody can go get a job. You have to start somewhere, okay? I worked at Hilux. I don't know if anybody's worked at Hilux before in Hudson, but that's a effing nightmare. Pardon my language. That was terrible, but you have to do it. You have to do what you got to do to get out of the place that you're at, the place that you don't want to be right now. You got to do something different, and it's not a forever thing. You just got to get up and do it. So I'm going to talk over the next several months a lot about money, relationships, choices, right? Choices, money, relationships, your choices, and your perspective are 4 big things that have really helped me. One thing I'm going to work on is to stop saying so much. So sorry about that. But I think that I can help people by just talking to them about my experiences, because they're going to see something or hear something eventually that's going to help them, right? And that's where I'm at today, guys. So if you're watching this, share it with somebody, comment, do what you do, don't do anything, it's fine. I'm still going to make these videos and try and share with you guys things that have helped me, and hopefully I can help you guys too. So I'm always available to talk if you want to message me. I'm not giving out my phone number, but if you really look hard enough, you can find it. But yeah, life is really good, and it's got a lot to offer, and it's mostly humdrum days. Sometimes you get a nice exciting one in there. Life is boring most of the time, and that's a big struggle that I've had, learning to deal with that. So, but yeah, let's keep this thing going. I'm gonna shut the video off now because I'm getting ready to be at Meijer so I can meet this lady and give her fake shoes back. But I love you guys. If anybody hasn't told you that today, I love you. And yeah, get out there and do something different today or tomorrow. Make a plan. Start looking at yourself. What are some things about you that you don't like, right? What do you want to change? Close your eyes and try and envision your future. Can you envision it? If you can't, then you got to do something different, man. You should be able to think about 5-10 years down the road and be able to kind of calculate where you're going to be if you stay on this trajectory. So those are things to think about. All right, until next time.